Man, I am pissed. I tried to record this video already and I messed up. But let's do this again. Alright, y'all. This is my first video on this new channel I made, Two Aces of Spades. We're going to be talking about wrestling, we're going to be talking about MMA, we're going to be talking about sports, we're going to be talking about anime, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. This is the A Discussion Network. I don't know why you call it network, but a discussion channel. I'm just putting this out there. I'm going to put out my thoughts and I want to hear your thoughts. I do not want to make this a long video, my first video, so I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, talking about the state of wrestling today. You know, this is my state of WWE, I should say, not the state of wrestling, because let's be real. WWE is not the only professional wrestling company out there. I'll say that right now. I could do a state of NXT and kill that, because NXT is the best. And NXT was awesome. If you saw Rival, that was awesome. But the state of the WWE right now, so you guys know, Royal Rumble happened a couple weeks ago. We all know who won. Roman Reigns. He won that match. There were several problems with that match. You know, you can bring up whatever problems you want. I mean, for me, the biggest issue, obviously, Daniel Bryan's early elimination. I thought Dolph Ziggler, why did he come out at number 30? Dolph Ziggler could have given you 30, 40 minutes in this match, but he came out 30. And then you eliminated him like 2 minutes later. Are you trying to bury him? Like, what was that? What was that? But you know what? If I wanted to get these thoughts out, I should have made a Royal Rumble video. If you want to ask me about my thoughts on the Rumble, you know, ask me in the comment section. However, I did think the triple threat match at the Rumble was one of the best triple threat matches of all time. I will tell you that right now. Especially title matches, that might be top 5 triple threat world title matches ever. Top 5 ever. So, in talking about the state of the WWE right now, you have Fastlane, new pay-per-view coming up this Sunday. You have Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns in the main event. Winner goes on WrestleMania to face the wrecking machine that the WWE has built, the monster that the WWE has built, Brock Lesnar. On Brock's run, I have personally been a big fan of Brock's run. I was happy when he came back, and you know what? Like, if we're being realistic, he would dominate pretty much everyone he entered the ring with. I mean, he's a former UFC heavyweight champion. You know, listen. If you want to see how mean and evil Brock Lesnar is, go look at what he did to Frank Mir UFC 100. This guy's a monster. There were 2 matches, I think, in his return that he should not have won, and 1 match where he should have won. The match, let me get this over with. The match he shouldn't have won, WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Shouldn't have won that match. The undefeated streak. I was thinking about whether or not The Undertaker should have lost, maybe going out of his wrestling career. I would have liked him losing to a guy who, to be honest, had a better future with his company. You know, would stick with the company and be a household name. Maybe Bray Wyatt. But that didn't happen. It was Brock Lesnar. You understand it, though? They were trying to build Brock into the wrecking machine. And if you say Brock beats The Undertaker, like, that's the ultimate thing you can do, like, ever. It's beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And Brock did it. So, he's the beast. He did it. He's the best. Who's going to stop him? The other match he shouldn't have won, though, was SummerSlam. I think it was 2013. SummerSlam 2013 against CM Punk. There was no reason for him to win that match. I mean, again, we were trying to keep him strong, but like, he wasn't going to come back. You know, he wasn't going to come back. He had the match at SummerSlam, and he was gone. I think until WrestleMania, or maybe Royal Rumble or No Way Out or something. I think he had a match against Big Show. I was like, you serious, man? Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. Like, we know what's going to happen. Brock Lesnar's going to come in and beat his ass and then get strong going into WrestleMania. But what can you say? Brock's a champ. He is the beast. Stiff, too. Stiff in that ring. Man, Brock Lesnar matches. Whew, you gotta sit down for that one. Sit down for Brock matches. So my thoughts on whether or not Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar could have a good match, I don't know. Because honestly, I can't tell you any match where I have seen Roman Reigns give you a good 20 minutes by himself. Like a good 20 minutes. Not a sit in the corner 20 minutes, not a sit in a sleeper hold for 5 minutes, 20-minute match. I'm talking a good 20-minute match that was not a team match. Because Seth Rollins he carried the Shield. He would be in that ring for 15 minutes or so, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes before he even tagged out. So the Shield was a lot of Seth Rollins and a lot of Dean Ambrose. Roman Reigns was obviously the powerhouse, and when the Shield breaks up, I mean, I don't know what credible thing Roman Reigns has done since the Shield broke up. The breaking up of the Shield, I thought at first would benefit Roman Reigns the most because I was sort of thinking, what were they going to do with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose? Seth Rollins is clearly the one that has benefited the most from the breakup of the Shield. I think that Roman Reigns has benefited the least from that breakup. I think that Dean Ambrose has taken good steps. I mean, Dean Ambrose has shown that he can obviously put on a good match. He's clearly shown that. Look at the Hell in a Cell match he and Seth Rollins had. Great PG era Hell in a Cell match. Great. It's also good to see some new names in that Hell in a Cell match finally. You know, see some guys that not named Randy Orton or John Cena, even though they even though they did have a Hell in a Cell match that night, which is okay. But some new names in the main event. It's good. I like seeing that. But I think everyone's worried whether or not Roman Reigns has the main event wrestler in him. Because if you're going to be a main event wrestler, it's not just you being a big guy that mauls everyone. You also have to be a guy that goes in and puts on high quality matches night in and night out. And I mean when I say high quality, I mean going out there, maybe it's a 30-minute plus match and it's entertaining. There's going to be great spots. Can he do that? Can he do that? Because nowadays in wrestling today, you cannot be just a promo guy. You can't be just a big guy. You can't even be just an in-ring guy. You can't. You have to have everything together in one package, which I don't think Roman has at this point. And in particular, I don't think he has in-ring ability. I think the mic skills, I think he'll get better at. He's okay in the mic. He ain't bad. You can't say he's bad at the mic. I think he'll get better. He's obviously a big guy. Obviously has a look. So you can cross that off already. Has a look, clearly. Screams future champ. Screams it. Does he have the in-ring ability? No. Has he given you the matches to gain that credibility? No. This feels very similar to the John Cena championship run back in 21, WrestleMania 21, when they gave him the belt, and I was sort of looking around. I was like, did he have a match? Batista was the same thing too. I was like, did Batista gone 30 minutes? But then after getting the title, Batista showed that he could give that match. He could give a long, good match. I mean, the storyline he had with Triple H was great. I loved it. So Roman Reigns, can you do the same? Can you do the same? I think that working Roman Reigns with Daniel Bryan will be a great. It's a great thing to do. Going into Fastlane, I think those guys have built a great rivalry going forward. So now the winner of Fastlane goes to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar. Who I would like to win, obviously Daniel Bryan. I think Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar, perfect. You cannot tell me that Vince McMahon is going to give up on Roman Reigns. You can't tell me that he's going to just say, all right, maybe next year's your year, Roman. He ain't going to do that. I think that, even though I want Daniel Bryan to win, I think that Roman Reigns is going to win. I think he's going to win the belt at WrestleMania. And it's Roman Reigns' era. I don't want to see another triple threat match at WrestleMania 2. Not that I've had my fill of triple threat matches, but if you're gonna go Daniel Bryan all the way, go to Daniel Bryan. If you're gonna go to Daniel Bryan just to have a triple threat match so the fans are happy, and then give the win to Roman Reigns, screw you. So like, WWE, make up your mind. If, and I'm gonna end this video pretty soon. So if Roman Reigns wins the title at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar and possibly Daniel Bryan, if it's a triple threat match, if that happens, which I think that there's still a strong possibility that might happen. But if that happens, if Roman Reigns wins, I think that the WWE has to make Seth Rollins cash it in. It wouldn't be too much of a shocker. I think some fans like myself would probably be thinking it's the perfect time. WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, who's not over. You can't say he's over yet because he's not. Seth Rollins, come in, take the belt. Seth Rollins is the best heel in the company today. That is another thing that you cannot argue. He is. I mean, you could say Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt, I would say Seth Rollins is the classic heel. He's a more classic heel, archetypical heel. You know, he just breeds heel. You look at Seth Rollins, you're like, this is a bad guy over here. That's a bad dude. You know. So those are my thoughts on the state of the WWE. If Roman Reigns goes to WrestleMania, if he wins the title, then I think Seth Rollins has to cash in that Money in the Bank. I think the fans want to see Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. I think that's a better match. I think both guys are stiff. It'll be a good show all around. If it's Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, I don't see people staying to watch that match. It just doesn't. It doesn't sound like a good match. Daniel Bryan can make that a good match. He could carry that match and fill in with Roman for the spots that Roman needs to get better in, which is the in-ring stuff, the working. It's not the athleticism. It's working for an extended period of time and giving the fans that long, great match that we haven't seen from Roman Reigns yet. That wasn't a tag team match. That is what it is right then and there. All right, can Roman Reigns wrestle? Like, that is what we're asking. Because I don't. The thing about Cena, I mean, remember, people are chanting Cena can't wrestle. By the way, I'd like to make another video about this another time, but I love what Cena's doing now. I love all the recent Cena stuff. So that's my state of the WWE video. I want to thank you for watching. There'll be more videos in the future. Just the start of this channel, baby. Just the start. So thank you very much. Wish y'all the best. Stay frosty. We'll be watching Fastlane, and I will get you my thoughts on that. Stay frosty.